What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we are watching Jomez Pro Final 9 coverage, Heimberg, Jones, Dickerson, and Hannum. I want to go over the final bit of the round, so we will be spoiling who won the event if you don't already know. Hole 14, I think this is where Kevin Jones built the confidence to know that he was going to win this event regardless of what Dickerson was able to do. So let's have a look at this shot if you guys have not already seen it, because this, in my mind, was the shot that turned the tides in Kevin's favor. So this hole is super hard. It requires a really technical flex forehand. Very stable D2, flexing literally underneath the basket. Perfect shot. And now I want to watch through to Chris Dickerson's shot so you guys can see what happened on his drive. And it wasn't necessarily that bad, but when you see Kevin Jones park the hardest hole on the course, you realize that you might be in trouble if you're Chris Dickerson. Calvin Heimberg shot -10 the previous round, but wasn't able to bring it in the last round. He wound up taking 4th. Whack. So from Chris Dickerson's perspective, you see Kevin Jones park it, and then you see Calvin Heimberg hit first available tree, so you know that's playing games on his mind. And he puts a decent shot out there. I'm not sure what disc he threw, but it turned over just a bit too much, probably a little bit more than he intended, because he put it on a good bit of hyzer, wanting it to move over to the right. So now I want to move up to holes 17 and 18, because I think that these are really important as well. Okay guys, so I wanted to move up to hole 17 here. We have Chris Dickerson just inside the circle with a putt to take the lead. And I think this was another pivotal moment. And they're still tied at this point, so an opportunity to take the lead going into the last hole would be huge. But Chris Dickerson actually airballed this putt, which is very uncharacteristic, and then you can see he's sort of bobbling his disc when he's picking it up off the ground, and I think that's just a reflection of the nerves. And I think we can look at these things and point them directly at the nerves, because he usually does not miss that putt. And then Kevin Jones hits basically the exact same putt to maintain the tie. And at that point, Kevin Jones probably thought he was going to lose his lead, but he jumped on the opportunity to keep the tie. And we're gonna move to hole 18 here, and we're just gonna look at how this thing ended, because they could have still tied and gone to a playoff at this point. So we have hole 18's tee. Chris Dickerson's throwing an F1 here, I believe. He's really nervous. He really took his time on this shot. And if he parks this shot, then he's got a chance to win. And he ripped way over on it and put it out into the trees, and he's gonna have thumber to try and get out of there. So Kevin Jones threw his D2 here, and he throws a much better shot. We're gonna watch this shot, and then we're gonna do our final thoughts. I mean, this is the bread and butter Kevin Jones shot, is that hyzer flip to sort of stay moving to the right to get a lot of distance really easily for him. And that red D2, he's can throw backhand and forehand on those flippy hyzer flip type shots, and he's really, really good at it. So this hole plays really well to Kevin Jones' strengths. And then Calvin Heimberg just tried to ace it, so he's just crazy. So this is what Chris Dickerson was left with. This is after his shot to try and get out of the woods. He tries to toss this up and in to hope that Kevin misses his putt, and that's going to allow Kevin to just be able to lay up and take the win. So congratulations to Kevin Jones. There was a huge prize pool at this event, and I'm really excited to see what the Prodigy players can continue to bring. I think in a lot of players' minds, because of the Rickies, the Pauls of the world, people sort of forget about Prodigy discs, and I think Prodigy discs are really good. I think the D2 is one of the best distance drivers out right now, and I'm glad to see that between Kevin Jones, Katrina Allen, Chris Dickerson, we're really seeing what Prodigy is capable of. But leave in the comment section down below who you wanted to win this event. But if you want to become a patron, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. This is Iceberg TV, and take care.